I think one of the most interesting things for me around this whole topic of resistance and resisting happiness is that when we resist happiness, we resist God. And when we resist happiness, we resist the best version of ourselves. When you think about how much energy goes into being the best you can be in different parts of your life, and then you think about the idea of actively resisting what is good for you, actively resisting goodness himself, and actively resisting sort of the best you, it really is sort of a fascinating thing that shows that we are all a little bit sick and that we are all in need of the divine doctor. Because we've got some very strange things going on in our heads from time to time, and we act in very counterintuitive ways at times. We act in very counter-logical ways at some time, and we're aware of it. And it's that idea that we're aware of it, that we say, okay, this is a bad idea, but guess what? I'm going to do it anyway. It's a fascinating part of our lives. And it's really important that we become aware of it, because otherwise we look at the world and we say, oh, look at those stupid things those people are doing over there. It's the same thing. They are experiencing exactly the same thing that you and I experience almost every day of our lives. The danger is when we see people doing stupid things, the danger is, of course, to judge the person rather than the stupid thing that they're doing. But the real danger is not to be able to see ourselves in that person and in what that person is doing. Because every single one of us, every single day, does things that we know we shouldn't be doing. We do things that we know are not good for us. We do things that we know don't help us become the best version of ourselves. And we do things that don't bring us closer to God. Have you ever wanted something for somebody more than they wanted it for themselves? It's really the classic dilemma of a parent. I think as parents, we want good things for our kids, and very often we want good things for them more than they even want them for themselves. I think it's the classic dilemma of any type of leader. I think it's the classic dilemma of any type of coach or mentor, is we fall into this idea of wanting something for somebody else more than they want it for themselves. At my consulting company, we've got all these coaches. We've got life coaches, we've got business coaches, we've got executive coaches. And one of the things I'm constantly trying to say to the coaches is, one of the biggest challenges you're going to have is that you're going to see what is possible in people, and you are going to want what is possible more than the people themselves. Of course, as a coach, as a parent, as a leader, as a mentor, you can cross a line where you get too involved, where you start to do things for them rather than empowering them to do those things for themselves. This emotion we feel, this dilemma we experience, it's godlike. It's what God experiences every day with you and me. He sees what's possible, and then he sees who we are and the lives we're living. He sees what's possible in you. He sees what's possible with your life. And most of the time, he wants it more for you and me than we want it for ourselves. That's the great parental frustration. And it's one of God's great frustrations, is that he wants things for us more than we want them for ourselves. He wants you to become the best version of yourself more than you even want it for yourself. He wants heaven for you more than you even want heaven for yourself. But he never crosses that line. That's free will, and that's an incredible love. There's an incredible love in that free will not to cross that line. And there's a 1,000 lessons in all of this for us. But let's focus on this one today. Let's ask God to give us the desire for goodness, the desire for being the best version of ourselves, the desire for heaven, the desire that for everything that's good, right, noble, and just, to fill us with that desire, to help us to desire it as much as He desires it for us, to help us see the possibilities the way He sees the possibilities.